Do you agree with some, as the New York Times has said in an editorial, that these ads are race baiting?
I think the ads are deeply unfortunate, and they speak to a climate right now that is divisive and ugly, and we can do better. I think what we've seen as far as the trends are going in this country is away from cooperation and communicating with each other with decency and respect. I'm happy to note that not only the New York Times, but local publications, Woodstock Radio pulled the ads. 18 clergy members came out and denounced the ads. Dr. Benjamin, from SUNY New Paltz, a good friend of the congressman, publicly apologized for his involvement and privately called me as well. And the former congressman, Chris Gibson, notes the regrettable tone of the ads. We have to get beyond this if we really want to solve complicated problems, if we really want to deal with the issues that I just talked about in terms of health care and in terms of access to capital and income inequality. We've got to get to a point where we're no longer at each other's throats, just spewing misleading facts, but actually get to the substance of what's really going wrong with our country right now. And that is the system of government right now that is not responding to the needs of working people. When you have 80% of folks in this country sharing just 10% of the wealth, that is a problem. When you have 2/3 of folks living paycheck to paycheck, that is a problem. And the answer is not to break the backs of working and middle class folks who with a $1.50 tax break that adds to our deficit and bankrupts our ability to invest in our future and bankrupts our ability to protect those programs that so many folks in this country need, like Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, income security programs. We are slashing programs and leaving folks behind.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Faso, you have 45 seconds.
Well, I would just simply point out that those are not my ads. Those ads are provocative, no doubt. Those ads, however, are provocative, and Mr. Delgado's words are provocative in terms of what he said about women, about law enforcement, about our founding fathers. But the fact of the matter is, I have to tell you, I do regret the notion that somehow these ads were mine, because they're not. And I'll tell you this. I reject the support of anyone who would vote for me because of Mr. Delgado's race. I reject racism in all its forms. And the fact of the matter is, I think we can do better in our country, and that's why I have set a tone for bipartisanship in my tenure in Congress. You don't rank 18th out of 435 working with the other side without being bipartisan, and that's my record.